Imagine going on live TV in front of millions of people and not being able to speak because you're having a panic attack. Hey, I'm John. This is Big Dharma, where I give you spiritual concepts that are simple, practical, and inspiring to use. And this is Dan Harris. You might recognize him from Good Morning America. 21 years ago, his life changed forever.
I am about to freak out on national television. Health news now. One of the world's most commonly prescribed medications may be providing a big bonus. Researchers report people who take cholesterol-lowering drugs called statins for at least 5 years may also lower their risk for cancer. But it's too early to prescribe statins slowly for cancer production. At this point, I realize I'm helpless, so I bail right in the middle.
Now, by his own account, Dan was living a life very similar to a lot of us Americans. He was consumed by workaholism that was driven by self-doubt and self-criticism. The stress became so bad that he began using recreational drugs. I'll wait, thanks. Waiting on you, buddy. He was driven by a feeling that he was never good enough. He could never work hard enough. And around this time, the voice in his head became so unbearable, he started using recreational drugs, which his doctor said led to the panic attack. But after this, he decided to turn around and face the suffering. And it launched him into a journey of inner discovery. So he first met with Eckhart Tolle. You might know him from the book, The Power of Now. And Eckhart told him, the problem is that we listen to the ego, and the ego is never satisfied. Most importantly, the ego never pays attention to the present. It's always paying attention to stories about the past or the future. Then he met with the Dalai Lama, who told him that compassion and generosity actually generate happiness in the mind. He also met with many neurologists and scientists who basically showed him that the skill of meditation produces happiness as a byproduct. And so really the key takeaway there is that happiness is a skill that we can all learn. And so after all this, he wrote a book called 10% Happier, and he shares a specific practice called RAIN, and this stands for recognize, allow, investigate, and non-identification. So as an example, we had a loud truck outside, and in this case, how we would be mindful is we would recognize it, we would recognize the annoyance, we would allow it, we wouldn't try to fight it. I don't open the door, yell at him, or I don't clench and get mad about it. We allow it to happen. We investigate the feeling, so we go into the body and we think about, where am I feeling this tension? What does this feel like? Instead of reacting to it, we investigate it. And then the last one is non-identification. So we don't put ourselves as the annoyed person and that person is the annoyer. We just recognize it as a passing phenomenon that's going to arise and pass away, which it did. Okay, back to Dan Harris. So now he goes on meditation retreats. He's taught by the great Joseph Goldstein, who wrote this book that I read all the time, and he hosts the 10% Happier podcast, and he's even interviewed my teacher, Shyla Catherine, a couple times. So I want to let you know that 10% Happier is just the beginning. Walking this path is an adventure in every sense of the word, and it gets better as you go. Dan Harris is just one of the many Westerners who are discovering the power of these ancient practices. Why not be the next?